you've ever thought about being able to take a object file and render it in Lego bricks, Studio has now developed a new feature which is in beta that will allow you to do that. In this video, that's exactly what we're going to be looking at. Last week, the beta testing opened up for the new 3D import feature in Studio, and I was signed up on the first day. I have played around with it for the last week, and now I'm going to give you your first look at the 3D import feature and how it works. One thing I want to tell you about before I begin is that I have started a Facebook users group called Studio Lego Designers. It is meant for Studio users to share their knowledge and experience and help out new users or just show off your works that you've created in Studio. I've posted the link below, so if you're interested in that, go follow the link and sign up, and we'll see you there. If you are interested in joining the beta, you can send an email to the Studio team. I'll put their address below. After that, you simply sign into Bricklink through Studio, making sure that everything is case sensitive, which I found out the hard way. But once you get in, you're going to go to File, Import, and this Import 3D Model option is now available. If you haven't signed in, this will be grayed out for you. I will say that not all object files are rendering really well. Some of them I'm not getting to come up at all, but that's to be expected. We are in a beta phase right now, and that's what beta testing is all about. When we click on that, we get a prompt to open a file. I'm going to start with the T-Rex model because this one was really fun. This is what you will be presented with, a preview of your model as it is going to be rendered. If you wish to remove that file and replace it with another, you simply click the remove button and it brings up another prompt to open a different file. Starting at the top, on the right hand side, we have the size and offset. The very first option is to change the base size. So as we change the base size, the resolution becomes greater or lower depending on which way you go with it. So if you want your model to be really detailed, then you choose a higher base size. Next we have the shell, which includes the wall thickness and the bottom thickness. The greater the wall thickness, the more stable your model is going to be. The lower you put it down, the more cavitation you're going to have within the model. The bottom thickness is going to affect how thick the bottom layer is in the model. Again, this is going to impact structure. So you're going to have to play around with that in bigger models and figure out exactly how thick and chunky you want that bottom section so that it's a good stable base on your model. After that, we have Voxel Ization options. So we can choose any type of brick combination that is listed here, or we can select 1x1s only. With the brick combinations, if you deselect certain bricks, they will not be available during the render. So if you only wanted 1x1s, you just click off all the 2x2s and it would render out in 1x bricks. The coloring, there's two different options. We can choose the object's original texture, or we can do it by layer. The only thing I've seen so far for the original texture is white, but I'm not loading in texture files in with the object files, so there might be some change in that in the future. By layer will allow you to see every individual layer, so if you're trying to refine your model and edit it a little more, Maybe you want to see everything by layer and then color it afterwards. Finally, we can choose our up direction. By default, it is Y, and Y is going to correspond to the base size that you put in. So we see our T-Rex model is very chunky right now because it is limited to a 32 base plate. If we go up to 64 on the Y-axis, you see that it becomes much more refined. If you want a really great resolution for the amount of studs, then choose the X resolution, and this is going to make the studs go up rather than horizontal. It'll be vertical. So at the bottom you will have your open studs. At the top you are going to have your regular studs. This is going to take a while because we are at 64 studs. So here we go, and I'll change the color so you can see how much smoother that is now. I will say right now, if I tried to render it, Studio would crash. It is not handling huge models really well right now. So this particular model, the biggest I could get it to go up to was 48. And lastly, we go to Zedd, which is going to build your model sideways. And you can see all the anti-studs on this side, all the studs on that side, and the resolution again is not that great. So if you want a high-res model, you're going to go with a high base size, and you're going to choose X as your up direction. I've been told by the development staff that in the next patch, you're going to be able to do reverse, so you can reverse the axes of the X and Y, because right now, if I click X, we look at the back end, we can see that the studs are actually in the back end of this one, and the front end has all our anti-studs, and that is not going to be very pretty. So we'd like to reverse the axes on that and have our studs coming from the front. So let's import this model. As I mentioned, I'm going to drop down the base size so that my Studio doesn't crash on me. So we'll go to 48 and we'll import this, and you can see how long this is going to take. I should mention I'm running a 32 gig RAM system, and I have a 8 gig graphics card in this. So if you have less than that, you're going to obviously be taking longer to do these renders. Okay, we get a pop-up that says some of the connections have failed, and it will show us in pink where these connections are not connected, and we can fix that ourselves. We have the stability option that we can also choose. Okay, now we've got our stability test, and you can see where some of the connections are weak. In the arm here we have one that's red, which means it's not a great connection. It probably will hold, but it's probably one where the arms and hands are going to be breaking off repeatedly. And some of the other ones are pinks, and they're usually fine. They just recommend that you don't add more stress to them. Also in the tail here we have some pink, which makes sense because that tail is hanging off of those bricks. So it's possible that it may break off. Okay, after you click out of that dialog, you will have your model. Our dinosaur here is facing on the x-axis, so his head is at the bottom, his tail is at the top, and we would like him horizontal so we can see him better. We are going to select everything and rotate it, but first I recommend turning it into a submodel because rotating it seems to be taking a very long time with the bricks selected just like that. So create a submodel and just rotate it how you normally would with your arrow keys. And there we go, we have our T-Rex, and now you can release the submodel if you want to work on it. So we have a very cool looking T-Rex. For the fact that this is in beta testing right now and it's only using standard bricks, the resolution is really good. I look forward to the day that you can really get a really good shape with using all the bricks. But for now, I'm quite pleased with it. You can go in and fill in whatever bricks you want to get the shaping exactly how you want. But this is really good. I'm super impressed with it so far. I've had clients in the past ask me to take an object and render it in Lego form. And this is going to make that job much easier. So I'm very excited, and I'm going to probably be investing in a 3D scanner so that I can take things and make my own object files and then render them out. So that will be fun to play with as well. I hope you've enjoyed the first look at the 3D import. As the patches progress, I will continue to expand on this series and show you the changes as they come through. In my next video, I'm going to be showing you how to import models and parts from LDCAD. I've had a few requests, so I hope you join me for that. Until then, keep dreaming of bricks. Have a fantastic day. Bye-bye.